Why overthinking? Hits hardest at night. At night, when the lights go off and the world quiets down, something strange happens inside the brain. Thoughts that stayed manageable all day suddenly grow louder. Conversations replay, futures spiral, regrets sharpen. This isn't weakness, and it isn't just anxiety. Psychology shows that nighttime overthinking is deeply tied to the brain's attempt to process unresolved emotions, and the way this happens depends heavily on who you are. What the brain is really doing at night. During the day, your brain prioritizes action. It suppresses emotional processing so you can function, decide, respond, and survive socially. Small emotional disturbances, an awkward interaction, unspoken frustration, uncertainty about the future are noted but postponed. At night, that suppression lifts. Neurologically, the prefrontal cortex, logic, planning, control, becomes less active as fatigue sets in. Emotional centers like the amygdala remain alert, scanning for unresolved threats. The default mode network, responsible for self-reflection and memory replay, becomes dominant in the absence of distractions. So when the mind finally has silence, it doesn't relax, it reviews. What you experience as overthinking is often the brain saying, "We never finished processing this." But here's the crucial part most advice misses. Different brains need different ways to shut down. Most sleep advice assumes all minds wind down the same way. They don't. Your personality determines how your nervous system calms, whether emotions or logic dominate at night, how silence affects your thoughts. That's why some people relax in quiet and others panic in it. Let's look at what actually works based on personality.
The night owls. Night owls have naturally delayed circadian rhythms. Their brain stays alert late into the night. When stimulation suddenly stops, unresolved emotions rush in unchecked. Why forcing early sleep backfires. Abrupt silence activates introspection before the brain is ready to rest, fueling rumination. A night routine that works. 1. Gradual stimulation reduction for 30 to 40 minutes. Instead of cutting stimulation completely, listen to slow podcasts or audiobooks. Watch familiar low-stakes shows. Read something predictable. This keeps the brain occupied without emotional activation. 2. Emotional offload for 10 minutes. Write freely. What felt unfinished today? What emotion is still lingering? No fixing, just acknowledgement. This tells the brain it doesn't need to keep replaying. 3. Nervous system shift. Slow breathing with longer exhales. Progressive muscle relaxation directly calms emotional centers. 4. Consistent sleep cue. Same song, same prayer, same position every night. Repetition teaches the brain when it's safe to shut down. The high achievers. High achievers tie identity to productivity. When tasks stop, the brain switches from doing to judging. Mistakes, risks, future scenarios. Why positive thinking fails. The mind isn't pessimistic, it's seeking closure. A night routine that works for high achievers. 1. Mental closure ritual. Write 3 things. What I completed today. What can wait until tomorrow. One thing I handled well. Closure reduces the brain's need to revisit the day. 2. Worry containment. Write unresolved worries and label them. Thinking about this now won't improve it. Schedule them for tomorrow. The brain relaxes when it knows concerns aren't being ignored, just postponed. 3. Body-first relaxation. Stretching, warm showers. For driven minds, the body must calm before the mind follows. 4. Cognitive downgrade. Simple, mildly boring activities reduce mental arousal and prepare the brain for sleep. Emotionally sensitive minds. Emotionally sensitive people absorb emotional residue from others all day. At night, these emotions surface without context. What helps most is emotional labeling and safety cues. Simple routine to follow. Name the emotion, like, "This is sadness, not danger." Hand on chest, slow breathing. Gentle reassurance. Nothing needs fixing right now. Naming emotions alone reduces limbic system intensity. The chronic overthinkers, when thoughts feel uncontrollable. Overthinking becomes a threat monitoring habit, not a problem-solving one. You don't stop overthinking by thinking better. You stop it by exiting the threat state. Effective tools to follow. Grounding through senses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Name 5 things you can see. Notice 4 things you can feel. Identify 3 things you can hear. Notice 2 things you can smell. Notice 1 thing you can taste. Splash cold water on the face. Practice slow, rhythmic breathing. These interrupt the loop neurologically, not intellectually. Nighttime overthinking is rarely a flaw. It's your brain saying, "You didn't give me space today, so I'm taking it now." When you stop fighting thoughts and instead design a routine that matches how your brain works, sleep stops being a battleground.